Good day everyone. In today's video, we are going to tackle about theory of utilitarianism towards ethics. What is utilitarianism? Utilitarianism is a theory by which actions are judged to be right or wrong according to their consequences. Utilitarianism also used the principle of utility. Utility. An act is good or morally right if it promotes happiness and bad or immoral if it tends to produce pain. The key principle in utilitarianism is happiness. Again, in utilitarianism, an act is morally right if it produces greatest happiness to the greatest number of people, and immoral if it produces more pain than benefits or happiness to the greatest number of people. In addition, utilitarianism would not care whether an action is done out of deception, lie, manipulation as long as it produces maximum benefits to many people.
For example, in Christian ethics, Robin Hood's act is immoral because it deprived the wealthy people of the right that is due to them. In utilitarianism, Robin Hood's act is morally good because it produces maximum benefit, that is, greatest happiness, to the majority of the people. Utilitarianism is a tradition of ethical philosophy that is associated with Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill, two late 18th and 19th century British philosophers, economists, and political thinkers. Firstly, according to Jeremy Bentham, the evaluated actions based on relevant consequences, which in particular, are the overall happiness that extends to everyone who is affected by the action.
1. Recognizes the fundamental role of pain and pleasure in human life. 2. Approves or disapproves of an action of the basis of the amount of pain or pleasure brought about by the consequences. 3. Equates good with pleasure and evil with pain. 4. He also asserts that pleasure and pain are quantifiable. It is an algorithm called utility calculus that calculated the amount of pleasure that a person may gain from a particular action.
According to John Stuart Mill, the theory that happiness is the only basis of morality, and that it is the ultimate desire of humankind. He is also known for elucidating the utilitarian of his teacher Jeremy Bentham. According to Mill, utilitarianism means qualitative, higher pleasure and lower pleasure, the greatest happiness principle. An act is right if its consequence promote the greatest happiness of the greatest number of people.
Act utilitarianism. The basis of the morality of an action is the act itself. Evaluates the morality of an action based on the principle of maximizing overall happiness or pleasure. According to act utilitarianism, an action is morally right if it produces the greatest number of people, taking into account the immediate situation and consequences. Rule utilitarianism. An act is morally right if it conforms to a justified moral rule. Rule is considered morally right if it s widespread adoption produces more overall happiness or well-being than other possible rules. According to rule utilitarianism, an action is morally right if it conforms to a set of rules whose general acceptance would lead to the greatest overall happiness. And that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.